Today, we are talking about the key ingredient for really fast, lasting, and deeper client transformations. And so we're going to get straight on this today. And what we're talking about today is a concept that we teach inside the Advanced Conversational Hypnosis program, which is unconscious moments. And so we got into the hypnosis and even coaching world because we were really fascinated about how the mind works, right? It's incredibly amazing and fascinating and super powerful. And by learning more about how the unconscious mind works using the unconscious moments that I'm about to teach you, you're really going to have a more thorough understanding as to what is truly going on within your clients so that you can help them better in this session. And so for today, what I'm going to talk about is in particular is the visual unconscious moments. There's also auditory unconscious moments that I can talk about at a different time. So if you want me to talk about that as well, just make sure you comment below auditory unconscious moments, because today we're focusing on visual. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a slide with you in a minute with exactly what to look for in terms of what these visual unconscious moments are, and then talk about what to do once we start seeing these within our clients during our sessions. And so that you can actually apply this today to your next client session if you have one today or tomorrow or very soon. So this mini training, if you want to call it that, is really all about action-based steps so that you can actually start applying these principles right away, because that's really the best way we learn, right? So now I am going to share my screen with you. This should be full screen. Can you see that? I'm just going to check very quickly. So when you see this slide, what you can do is feel free to take notes and feel free to, yes, oh, cool. Feel free to take notes. Feel free to screenshot right now. I'm not going to read this. You know how to read. But really, when we're going through our sessions, these unconscious moments are pretty, how I like to think about them is just how our unconscious mind expresses itself, how our client's unconscious mind expresses itself. And this is going to vary from person to person. And even with the same person, the unconscious moments that we can display today versus 10 days from now is going to vary. That's why it's really super important for us to pay attention to our clients. And with each and every session, even though we're familiar with this clients, maybe we've had 2 or 3 sessions with them and we're going into the 4th one, always start off with a clean slate and don't assume that the unconscious moments that we saw during session 2 or 3 is going to be the same, because as humans we are dynamic and hugely unpredictable. So always start off with a clean slate. And so with these unconscious moments, as you can see, these are eye movements, what our clients are doing with their eyes, how their posture is, the changes within their posture as we ask our questions, and as they respond to the questions, what is going on with their face. All of my clients have been in Zoom. Even if it's in person, you can also see these changes. It really doesn't matter whether it's virtual or in person, but notice how their face changes. Like the muscle tone also can change. So noticing these little things and the movements that they're doing within their body. Are they completely like cataleptic still, or are they very fidgety? These are the things that you want to look for within your clients, especially as you are going through your hypnotic interview. You really want to notice these things and how they respond to your questions, which unconscious moments are popping up. So again, screenshot this or take notes. I'm going to take this down now, and the replay is always here for you to go back to. So I'm going to unshare my screen now. Here we go. So what do we do once we see that list and we're noticing that there's an unconscious moment within our client? For example, we start talking to a client, and then 5 to 10 minutes within our interview, we're noticing that the color of their face is changing. say they're becoming more red, right? Like we can see their cheeks feeling flushed, and they may or may not notice this. They might say, "Oh my God, I feel my cheeks," or we can just visibly see it. Sometimes, most of the time, actually, our clients are not going to be conscious of this because it is unconscious, right? And so, what do you do when you see your client and you're noticing, like you're asking the questions and you can see, oh shit, like they're they're actually um like responding, their face is changing. What do you do? Well, there's three things that we do. First one is we place our client's attention on it, and then we make sure we keep them there for as long as possible. And number three, because of doing that, it just grows that moment, because the more we grow these unconscious moments, and the reason as to why we're doing these three things is so that this unconscious moments grow, or all of these unconscious moments grow and grow and grow to the point where we're actually finding what the actual root problem is that is from their unconscious mind. We also want to realize that our clients' unconscious mind, not just our clients, but everyone's unconscious mind, it's it's very, very, very deliberate. And so that color changing as we're going through our hypnotic interview, that is deliberately happening. The unconscious mind is deliberately communicating that to us, through our clients, and we're noticing it. And by noticing this, we are going deeper and deeper and deeper as to what the true problem is. This is where we find the so-called root cause. So the more we we focus our clients' attention on it, the more the actual things, the actual root cause problem is going to show up. The key here is patience. The key here is persistence, because what tends to happen sometimes is that our clients can try to get out of these unconscious moments. Like, for example, using the same example of the cheeks being red. Actually, let me give you an example of actually how to use it. Clients, their face is getting red. How do you place their attention on that? You just ask them a question or just make a comment and say, "Hey, did you notice that your cheeks are red? Like they're turning red right now. What's going on?" That is how you place your client's attention on it, because what happens to them when we say that, they become self-conscious, right? Which means they're going internally, which is where we want them to be. So, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, I did kind of notice that my cheeks were turning red." And then you just keep them there. You keep asking. Or if they didn't notice, "Oh shit, like yeah, my cheeks are turning red." And you're just gonna keep the conversation in that momentum, right? Keep asking them about their cheeks and what is going on internally as they feel that process, because this is actually what grows at these moments. And so sometimes clients would dismiss that, right? Or their conscious mind is going to be like, "Nah, that's not it." And the conscious mind interrupts and goes somewhere else that is unrelated, another conclusion or another backwards rationalization to try to get out of that unconscious moment. Very, very normal. So we really need to ensure that we are good at keeping our clients in these moments. Inside of the ACH training platform, when I do the demo breakdowns for the demos that we have, I actually would have broken down many times the clips, as to where, or as to actually how to keep our clients in unconscious moments. Because sometimes during the sessions, I will butt in if my student gets stuck, like if she gets stuck with the questions, then I will jump in and keep the momentum within that unconscious moment. And so I have clips, many clips in there where it's like an example of saying, this is exactly how you keep your client in the moment, because this can be a problem sometimes. And also, what we truly want to do when we're doing this work with our clients and we're placing their attention in their unconscious moments is to not interrupt the process by talking too much. I used to do this. I was guilty as charged when doing this, because I was trained to talk in my sessions. Like I was the talker within the session, right? Like I was trained to do the scripts, the cue cards. This is the technique. I got to say this. So I was trained that way, which was why when I first learned this method, it was a bit challenging for me to make my question very concise, but I learned very quickly that the more concise our question is, the more direct and to the point it is, the faster the results are. And so that's why inside the trainings, when I coach my students during the demos, I really tell them, make sure you ask your questions in the least amount of words as possible. So think of that yourself. Because when we ask our questions too long, or there's actually a really amazing unconscious process going on within our clients, and we interrupt it by talking too much because we are uncomfortable with the silence. That has happened to me too, and it's silent, and I'm like, I just word vomit shit out, right? And then I'm like, damn it, I lost it. I lost the moment. So really being able to be good at the skill at just being comfortable with the uncomfortable silence is also a great thing that you want to start thinking about when you go through your client sessions like this. And the third one also to consider when using these unconscious moments, using the same example of the flushed or color changing within our clients during the moment. Some analytical clients will overanalyze that, right? So it's being able to notice whatever our clients are saying, or filtering them out in thinking, okay, this is conscious information versus unconscious information, and really setting up that filtration system in our minds to determine which one is which. And that's why inside the 3 days of the ACH training, the 3 days are really all about discerning whether what our clients are telling us, the responses that they give us, are conscious information versus unconscious information. Because you can watch this replay all day, every day, and you can gain a lot from this. Like, when you actually apply this consistently in your client sessions are going to be super fast, and your clients are going to be super impressed. But at the same time, this is a skill set, right? And so that's why in the ACH trainings, we go over the skill set throughout the 3 days of the live training. Plus, they have access to support afterwards, because there will be some teething problems that are normal that happen when learning any skill. And so that's why inside the ACH training is so valuable to have someone there for support when we're learning all of these things, and someone to brainstorm with, so that when things come up, we have the support and we have outsider input as well, because then that just really truly helps our client transformation, because we are people who really truly care about our clients' results, right? We care about the results. We want them to have them as fast and as deep and as profound, and the more lasting they are, the better, right? We are those types of change makers in the world. And so if you really truly want to enhance your skills, your therapeutic skill sets, and deepen your clients' transformations, and really thoroughly help them navigate whatever it is that comes up expectedly, unexpectedly within your sessions, and if you really want to truly learn more about the unconscious mind and how it works, then the ACH training is for you. There are 6 days left until the last live training of the year 2023. We're ending the year. That's crazy. So it's happening next week. It's the last one of 2023. The next one will be next year. And so definitely do not miss out on this wonderful opportunity to enhance your therapeutic skill sets, because as we know, where we are today is because of the actions that we took 90 days ago, and even more, but definitely at least 90 days ago. So if we want to set ourselves up for an amazing 2024, an amazing end of the year to the start of the year, and really kickstart that momentum to have better, faster results with more personal fulfillment in our lives, that it starts today. So 6 days left until ACH. If you have any questions regarding this at all, let me know. If you want me to go through the auditory unconscious moments as well, happy to do that. Make sure you comment below auditory unconscious moments, and I will go through that training as well. So otherwise, I will see you soon. Nice having you here.